Transitions are ways or styles in which you move from one clip to the next one. When used correctly, transitions could help spice up your footage, but if used wrongly, could also mess up your footage. So be very careful when using transitions. To do that, let's get into Premiere Pro. Now, to locate the transitions here in Premiere, this will be different depending on the workspace you are on. But once you can locate the Effects tab, if you can't find this tab, you could simply come to Windows, Effects, and you should have it. Let's quickly watch this clip again and see. This started from here. This is a hard cut currently. Let's assume I don't want this clip to just cut that quick and that hard. I want to dissolve it. I want it to fade into the next clip. What I could simply do is come to the Effects tab, the video transitions, could come to dissolve. And personally, I like the cross dissolve or the film dissolve. Could click anyone and add in between the two clips where the two clips meet. Once I drop it here, now see what happens when I play through. You could also still use it here. You could still use it here. I want to fade it out here at the end. So I could I could just use the dip to black. This is a very nice way to fade videos off, fade it to black. In Premiere, I don't just have the ability to add transitions to videos. You could also add transitions to audios as well. Let's do that here. To add transition to this audio, let's look at the way this audio ended. It's a very quick and a very sharp cut, the way the audio ended. Now I want to fade it out. One way I could do that with transition is to come to the audio transitions, the crossfade tab. I could use the exponential fade. Drop it at the end and listen. It fades off gradually. Also remember, don't overuse your transitions. The simpler and the cleaner, the better. There are other transitions here that I personally won't make use of. Transitions should be used creatively. Remember, simplicity and creativity makes professionalism. Professional video editors are the simplest editors you could ever think of. They do their things. They are very simple. They are very careful when they use things. They use them when they are needed, not when they wish to. You get? So use transitions when it's needed, not because you want to use transitions. Next off, we'll be looking at adding effect to the videos. There are several effects you could add to each of the videos, but we'll just carefully select some of them. Let's jump right in. Now, let's come to this video. Let's say I choose to blur this video out. Let's say I choose to make this video look blurry and all of that. I can come to the Premiere folder, the video effects. There are several effects you could choose from. We have even your stylized effect. You have your adjustment. You have your channel. You have your color correction. Several effects you could use. Now for this video, I could simply come to the blur session. I could use the Gaussian blur. Once I drag and drop on this footage, nothing happens, right? Even with the effect added, nothing happens. Now let's see what happens when we come to the effect controls here. We see the effect added. I could take off this effect and it's off. Let me add it again. I add it back and it appears in the effect controls. This tab here is where you control the effect you've added. Right here, straight up, we could easily from this effect control, we could still choose to scale this image up. Let's say it's too, we want to push it up again. We could scale it up. We could change the positioning of this footage. Also with this Gaussian blur, we could add blurriness to this video. Could blur the video. Could do so many things we want to do. But for this video, I don't think it will be very necessary for us. So I'll take it out. At this point, I want to talk about speeding up your clips and slowing down your clips inside Premiere Pro. Let's say you want to speed up clips or you want to slow down clips to create maybe slow motion or fast forward clips. How do you do that in Premiere? Let's check it out. Now, let's say I want to slow down this clip. At this point, I'll mute the audio. Let me shift this. I want to slow down this footage here. I could simply right click on the footage, come to speed and duration. Now, the way it works here in Premiere is, if I want to speed up the footage, I simply increase the percentage. If I want to reduce the speed, I reduce the percentage. Now I want to slow down this clip, so I could simply reduce it to, let's say, 60%. Notice what happens. As soon as I increase it, the duration here increased. Now let me bring it back to 100%. We have 4 seconds, 9 frames. If I reduce it to 60%, it has increased to 7 seconds, 5 frames. So let's click OK. Now see what happens here. The video has been slowed down. Now let's say I want to speed up this same footage. Could also come to the speed and duration. The shortcut is Command R if you're on a Mac and Control R if you are on a Windows. Now let's turn it to 100. Let's want to speed it up. I could increase it. Let's say I want to speed it up by 50%. Could increase it to 150. Now look what happens here. Now let's even speed it up the more. 300. That is basically how to speed up clips and to slow down clips inside Premiere Pro. Another important aspect to be looking at is adding text and graphics to your project or to your timeline. In your project tab, you could come over to your text tool. The shortcut is T. I want to add some text to this. Beauty of nature. To go out of the text tool, you just come back to the selection tool. Or another easy way to go out of the text tool is to use the ESC or the escape key on your keyboard. You could click it and you are off from there. You could also use your V to go back to it. Now I want to edit this text. It's looking so ugly, it's looking terrible. It's looking really funny, really amateur. I want to work on this text to spice it up again. I could simply come to my Windows here and go to Essential Graphics. Now it opens up a new tab here. The Essential Graphics is where I could control everything that has to do with graphics, both text, images, and all of that. Now let's come here. I'll start by changing the font. Let's go with Montserrat. I think I like this font. I don't know why. Also note something here. The style of the font and the size of the font is one thing that will differentiate an amateur from a professional. You should be very creative here. I love simple but very nice looking fonts. Now let's go back to the project. For this text, I could simply bring down the size. It's way too big. I could bring it down to, let's say, 50, which is looking okay for me. Now let's say I wrote this text this way. The beauty of nature. Now I want it to appear in the center to be centralized. I could just use this center align to align it to the center, and it's there. I could also use this horizontal center to bring it to the center of the timeline. Now let me just take this nature off. I have this here, beauty of. Let's arrange this. I could spread this to, let's say, 500. Beauty of. I could change this from regular to light. Let me also select my text tool here and also add another text here, nature. I chose to separate it because it's easier this way to control the second text. You could also control it from the other one by selecting each of them, but I just select this method. It's easier for me. Again, note, it all depends on what you appreciate, what works best for you. Now for this nature, I could choose to make this nature a bit bold and maybe bring down the size of this beauty to 40 or thereabout. I could also from here increase the size of the text, still for you to just notice, still a quick thing to note here. Could centralize both of them. I could select both of them and align them to the center. Could bring this text here. Now, let's say I also want to end the video with another text. I could come to the end here and also write the end. Could just center align it here. I could take out this transition and add it in between the footage. Could also add a transition here. Okay, after adding the text, let's say I want to add some graphics, some picture to this thing. I want to add my logo here. Could come down to my effect, to my project tab, right click, import, come to desktop, beginner class. I have my logo here. I import this to add to the timeline. Click and add to the timeline. This is the logo here on the timeline here. Now, to scale this down, this is obviously way too big. Let's say I want to start with the logo here. I could come here. Could scale, come to the effect control, scale this down to, let's say 50. Still too big. Bring it down to, still too big. I could bring this down to, let's say 20. Now this is fine for me. Just want to have this logo here. Where this one comes in, I take it off. Now remember, you could use your transitions here also. Come to effects. Let's say cross dissolve. Trim it down and we have this. That's it, guys, for this video. Now it does not end here. At this point, we've added text, we've added some graphics, we've added transitions, we've added sounds. What's left to spice up the video will be what? Color grading. Color grading is simply what? Spicing up your video through colors, spicing up the colors of your video, boosting the colors, adjusting the colors and all of that. To do that in Premiere Pro, all we have to do is simply create a new adjustment layer. Now the adjustment layer is needed because instead of working on individual clips, if I drag an adjustment layer and add it here, any effect I apply here applies on all the clips here on the timeline. So I could simply go to locate the color page. I could come to the workspace, switch this to color. You have your volumetry color. You're also going to have your volumetry scopes. Now these volumetry scopes these scopes here helps you understand what's going on in the picture. I'll be going in depth into the volumetry scopes on a separate video. Now for this video, we'll just simply do quick grade here. Come to the basic correction here. I could say I want to warm up the entire video. Could warm it up. Add some contrast. Brighten it up a bit. Maybe increase or cut down the highlights. Drop shadows a bit. Increase the white, and so I want to increase the saturation just a tiny bit. Could increase the saturation, and this is before, this is after, this is before, this is after. Come to this one, this is before, this is after. There are so many things to do here in the color page, and I can't cover all of that in this video. There will be a video dedicated to color grading in Premiere Pro. I could also come here and add some vibrance, and I could choose to maybe sharpen the video a little bit. That's it, guys, for this video. I'm sure at this point you can find your way around Premiere Pro to create simple and basic videos. I promise to give you a bonus tip at the end of this video. The tip is simply how to export your videos. Now you've edited all your videos, you've added your text, you've added color, you want to export the footage. It's very simple in Premiere here. You could come to your file, export, and export to media. The shortcut is Command M or Control M if you're on Windows. At this point, this is where you can select your preset, your H.264 if you're exporting to YouTube, or if you're exporting to majority of the platforms you'll be exporting to. Come to your quality here. If you come down to your video, you see your different setups here. I'll be going more in depth in a different video. This way I can adjust the size and the quality of the video you're exporting. But for the sake of this video, we'll be doing a very quick export here. Could just select the Facebook, this 1080p. Come here to choose where I want to save the video. Premiere Pro Guide, save. I can name it here. I could also name it there. Now, after all the setup I've done here, I could just simply click export and now the video is done exporting. Let's play the video we've exported. You could obviously tell that there are changes to the video, like the text are animated, some of the images are moving, there's motion, there's general motion to the footage outside what we've done. Now that's on the advanced part of Premiere Pro. Check out my next video where I'll be showing you how to add motion to your text, your videos, and to your images. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and also hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.